Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So it's just been reported that Shakur Stevenson versus Harutyunyan was the most watched fight of the year on ESPN. 1.2 million people tuned in to watch the fight. And keep in mind, this was after Shakur Stevenson had his worst performance against Edwin De Los Santos. That means that all the fans that criticized Shakur Stevenson and called him a quote-unquote boring fighter, they all tuned in to watch Shakur Stevenson versus Harutyunyan. Shakur Stevenson, he completely dominated Harutyunyan, and he did everything he said he was going to do in this fight. Shakur never took a step back. He tried to engage with Artem, and it's so ironic because Artem, in a press conference leading up to the fight, he said that he had brought his running shoes, implying that Shakur Stevenson was going to quote-unquote run. And maybe the first 4 or 5 rounds, Artem was standing in front of Shakur Stevenson until Shakur started completely taking him apart. Once Shakur started landing combinations and busting Artem's face up, that's when Artem, he started to move a lot. Artem, he went from fighting to just trying to survive. So Shakur Stevenson, he held up his part of the bargain, but Artem, he didn't. And if Shakur had the complexion for the protection, everyone would have been saying that his opponent was the one that was boring and running, which is the actual truth. That's actually what happened. It's just so crazy when you look at the success of this event, and yet ESPN and the commentators, they still tried their best to undermine Shakur Stevenson's performance and his drawing power. The week before Shakur fought, Teofimo Lopez, he fought on ESPN. And the room was so small, it looked like he was fighting in a high school basketball gym. He put on a terrible performance. A terrible performance against a Steve Clackett, a fighter who had 7 losses and had previously been knocked out before. Not only could Teo not knock him out, but he was struggling in the fight. His face was all busted up afterwards, and it wasn't an entertaining fight at all. The crowd was extremely quiet the whole night. And ESPN never talked about or even implied that it was a boring performance. They never put pressure on Teofimo to get the knockout, saying that if he doesn't knock this guy out, this is going to be a letdown. They didn't say anything like that. We know that if Shakur Stevenson would have been in there with that same opponent, it would have been a very exciting fight because the guy comes forward, and there's a very good chance Shakur would have knocked him out. Teofimo was supposed to knock that tomato can out. After Teofimo Lopez won that fight, Shakur, he came out and he said, in my whole career, I've never fought a guy with 7 losses. His entire career. That means from his debut all the way till today. Teo is the guy that was supposed to be getting the type of criticism that Shakur Stevenson received. And there's many reasons why Shakur Stevenson was the most watched fight of the year on ESPN. For one, everyone sees Shakur Stevenson as a very special, gifted talent. For 2, he was fighting a good, dangerous opponent. The third reason so many people tuned in is because of the race fans. The race fans, after seeing Devin Haney lose, that gave them more hope that maybe Shakur would lose as well. Let's not forget there were a lot of race fans that was tuning in to watch Mayweather, hoping that he would lose. So Shakur, he got the win. And now he's a free agent, and it'll be really interesting to see if he signs with someone or if he just remains a free agent like Canelo Alvarez. That way it would be easier for him to fight anyone, no matter who they are promoted by. We'll see soon. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, the fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.